Pop-Tart swag when I wake up in the morning, ay. Pull up to the track, you ain't got a clue. Ay, pull up to the car, me and I'm on them blues. Blues and blue perk, what's the move? Ay, and I got them books like I'm not the suit. Paper in my butt like I'm not the suit. Ay, a four-door whip ain't a fucking cool.
Hey, what's up, guys? The Spooky Lander podcast here. Look, fellas, the boys, we out here. Ian's fucking stomping around. He's throwing shit at his mic.
Let's go.
He's angry.
I'm ready.
You're ready? But are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy?
I'm ready, Freddy Freaker, bro.
Ready, Freddy Freaker. Got it. All right.
Let's go.
So this is the Halloween episode. This is the big hype. This is the spooky. We're talking about spooky. We're talking about scary. We're talking about big and small spooks. And we have a very special cast for you here today of people that we were able to wrangle together because everyone else died from the skeleton attack on the East Coast. Skeletons killed 90% of humanity. We all survived because we just took off our skin. Like smart people, but everybody else was dumb, and they're like, ew, if I take off my skin, that's not trendy, that's not fashionable, I can't do that, I'll look dumb. And they died, okay? Do you understand? When the skeletons come and kill all of us, you gotta take off your skin.
True.
It's true facts. Alright, so
like if you take off the skin, they're practically skeletons.
So okay, so What are we? We're a bunch of
high stakes gamblers.
We're a bunch of you know teenagers, but we're not your average teenagers. You know, we're gamers. We're nerds. We identify as we identify as gamers. So like we don't go to parties and do heroin on Halloween like other 17-year-olds or like 8-year-olds if you're Ian. We stop fucking dropping marbles into like the depths of
my
hell.
cradle keeps falling off.
You keep fucking dropping pots and pans into an echo chamber that surrounds your microphone.
Listen, it's dreidel season. Okay,
it's not even
my dreidel.
Put the fucking dreidel down.
Okay, keep going.
So what do epic gamers do on Halloween? You know, they get their lay epic gamer friends and they play horror games and they watch lay epic horror movies. They don't do this fug shit like getting on their slutty nurse I think you understand this. Okay, so I came in here like, all right, Ian's like these kids are gonna like Eamon's gonna say like Nightmare Before Christmas or some stupid shit. Ian's gonna be like, oh, I like chicken nugget burger. That's my favorite horror game. Coraline was mine. Okay.
Yeah.
And you just okay. What do you like about Coraline? Let's hear it.
I like when she goes into the farm. I like when she's in like the little tunnel.
Yeah.
I like it when the gravy boat is the boat.
Classic.
You know?
Classic.
Those are my top 3 moments from Coraline.
Top 3 Coraline moments.
Yeah,
Number 1.
Wait, Eamon, were you with me when I watched 10 Secrets They Don't Want You to Know About Coraline? And it was all just like
stupid.
It was all just like examples of visual theming in the movie.
Yeah, it's like, guys, it's not a secret.
They just like used their environment to help storytelling. You know, movies, you see, are a visual medium. And therefore you gotta use like I forgot where you gotta use visuals. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay,
and
it's not like
if you look close,
it's not a secret that if you look close, like there's a picture of Spider-Man in this Spider-Man movie. You know, it's not a kid. It's like
that's an awful example.
That was a really bad example. I was trying to say something along the line of top 10 Easter eggs in Spider-Man. Oh, this kid has a Spider-Man poster in his room.
No.
Oh, it's real meta, and it's like no,
it's not.
No, it's not. Kids like Spider-Man in the movie because kids like superheroes. If a superhero was real, somebody would make merchandise of him.
It's true.
In real life.
Like, what's he gonna do? Copyright himself?
But
true.
Then he couldn't have a secret identity, stupid.
we got real off topic. Anyways, Coraline's really good. Yeah. So I guess this is the Coraline talk right now. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk
you can
about.
talk about Coraline more because I
The
don't
Coriander
remember anything.
podcast.
I've watched Coraline some Coriander podcast. So Coraline is just a really good example of good visual styling, where it's
Yeah.
like the actual. I mean, the plot of the movie is cool, but like if you were to take that same plot and put it into a non-visual format, oh wait, it's based on a book. I don't know, maybe the book's good, but if you were to just like the script on it would not stand on its own. Like some movies like are entirely based off the script, but Coraline is like what's there is upheld just by like being able to make surreal visuals that aren't necessarily scary at all times. A lot of the time they're like just entrancing, but at all times they're like extremely interesting and unique and like well done. Well, yeah, obviously it's well done. I like the movie, but like they're all just like the dark color, like the color choices when they go into the when she goes like through like the hole into the other world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the regular world, like all the colors are kind of grays and like drab and very faded.
All right.
But the whole movie remains like a dark color palette, but once she goes into the other world, it's like more the colors become more crisp and less like faded and all that shit. This is how I remember, by the way. I haven't watched the movie recently, so if I'm talking bullshit, please comment. But like I remember like
Comment down below.
I'm like 90% sure the colors become like less. Yeah, no, they do become less gooey. Everything becomes like less like kind of gross until like the actual horror aspects of the other world kind of pop up. You know?
It's cool.
Yeah. I know what you
It
mean.
just it does a really good job of like making sure like things change, and I guess that's the job of any good movie is when like the environment changes from like a fake good world. I mean, like a bad like a depressing real life to like a fake life that like could be but is it evil? They want like obviously they're gonna like have like the everything be different, but I just really like how they did it. I feel like the way that they did it was way more visually interesting than other movies with like a similar plot line would do. And I'm a sucker for surreal visuals, so I really like Coraline just for that reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eamon, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie is that's a good question.
What's a horror movie you
Are you
like
like
a lot?
Are you like a horror movie man?
I'm not a big horror movie man. The Shining's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that.
The why do you like The Shining, Eamon? Stop for the fucking dreidel. Swear to God. What do you like about The
I'm
Shining,
throwing it
Eamon?
away.
I don't know, it's scary. It's visually creative.
That's true.
Like the hotel's bizarre and wacky. There's ghosts. I mean, what's not to love?
Stephen King hates it.
Yeah, but
Because
like
Stephen King's a hack.
he's not a hack. He's a good writer.
Can we
but
talk
he
about how
just-
Stephen King is a hack?
He's not a hack.
Stephen King.
Why is he a hack?
He's not a hack. It's that's not the right term to use. That's more of a joke
Give me
term.
the whole cold hard
Stephen-
facts right now.
Stephen King, most of what he writes is, and like everything is directed is just really bad, and like dumb. But that is because he writes so much stuff that like eventually some of it is okay,
Yeah.
and that's how Stephen King works.
It's true that he has a lot of dumb books.
Like I remember
That's how the West was
I
won.
read a little bit of like a short story book that he had, and like one of them was like a really artsy written like like little story about like a kid goes to the school bathroom, and there's a tiger in there, and I think it was supposed to be a metaphor for something, but it just sounded like he wrote a story about a tiger in a bathroom that like he assumed people would interpret as something.
Sometimes you just gotta write a story about a tiger in a bathroom, man.
You do have to write a story about a tiger in a bathroom. And that's why Stephen King is a hack and should be put in his own dog world.
All right, we should put him in the houndscape.
Interesting belief. But anyway, my point is, I don't really have a point. I just like The Shining. I don't know.
I mean, everybody likes The Shining. It's just most people have seen The Shining, and most people like The Shining. So like, both like people who don't watch that many movies and people who watch lots of movies. So yeah, that kind of like gives context to whether it's good or not.
Recently I watched Beetlejuice because they were playing it at school.
Beetlejuice is great. Beetlejuice is another example of like really surreal visuals done well.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. You got Winona Ryder. You got Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, no, it's really fun. I like the part where they go to like the dead person world. Is that supposed to be hell? Is that what that's supposed to be?
I think it's just kind of like the afterlife.
Yeah, the afterlife where they go to like the desk and like to like get like information. You know, I just like how like everybody's dead. I mean, I don't know. Everything like that part of the movie is really cool.
Hey,
I really like the part of the movie.
Beetlejuice.
I really like the part where there's a giant worm, like in Dune.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me think that I think Dune is actually an alternate reality. That it's the afterlife.
It's fan theory time, folks. Welcome to our new segment.
Okay, so
about Mackie fan theorizing.
All right, so I have never seen the movie Dune, but I do know it takes place in a desert, and that there's a big worm.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Desert planet.
Yeah.
When the wife and the husband try and leave the house in Beetlejuice, there's a big worm, and he eats trash or something. He flies towards them at amazing speeds, and tries to gobble up the wife and husband with his big old worm teeth, just like the worm in Dune probably does. And that makes me think the desert planet in Dune is the afterlife in the Beetlejuice world. And you probably could have guessed that like 6 minutes ago. But I had a stroke midway through.
You guys, Mackie's dead.
I'm dead. I had a stroke.
Oh my god. No,
look. What are you guys gonna? What are you guys? Okay, so the password to Need Screen is like 321 password. What are you gonna do with my channel now that I'm dead?
I'm gonna post a video of. I'm gonna post like. I'm gonna dress up as you and make like a video mourning your death, but like from your perspective. So I'm gonna be like, man, I'm so sad that Mackie's dead, especially considering that I am him.
Ian, what are you
scary?
Ian, what are you gonna do now that I've died from a stroke and I've given you the Need Screen password?
I'm gonna make your channel into my gaming. I'm gonna desecrate everything.
You're gonna start doing.
It's gonna be funny.
You're gonna start doing Let's Plays and.
It's gonna be called Ian the Boys.
And Dragon Ball reviews. And Kirby plush reviews.
And it's gonna be called I'm ending the gaming channel again.
I'm starting the gaming channel for the very first time.
How many gaming channels have I fucking had?
Too many.
We've talked about this on the other podcast. Let's get away from that topic. I think we talked about it. What's your favorite horror games, guys?
Oh shit.
Probably. So, it's not really a horror game, but what was it called?
BioShock.
Doom really scared me when I first played it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Like OG.
Yeah, like.
How old were you?
I don't know. I was like 10. I played it like for free online, so like it didn't have any of the music.
No.
Is that like The Atari Jaguar version doesn't have any of the music, and people think that's like the best console version one because it's spookier.
Yeah, and like Doom 64 really did a good job of making a spooky Doom.
Spooky Doom. Yeah,
Okay.
Doom 64 is really good. Have you played Brutal Doom 64?
I have not.
Because Brutal Doom 64 makes it much less spooky because there's metal music and blood and guts flying everywhere.
It's true.
And also you can look up.
Man, stupid.
But yeah, Brutal Doom 64, I would highly recommend. It makes the Brutal Doom mod is phenomenal, and
Yeah.
it really does just take like what was already a good game and kind of like modernize it a little bit, making it like
Yeah.
it's like it does nothing to make it worse and everything to make it and just stuff to make it better. And that,
Except for the
that
reload
makes it
mechanic.
good.
I don't like that.
What?
I'm real. The reload mechanic in Brutal Doom is stupid and dumb.
You only have to reload the new guns in like the added campaign that they add.
No, in my like version, I have to reload all the guns.
I don't have to reload it when I
What
play
the
it.
No, you
hell?
don't.
I got ripped off by Mr. Brutal Doom.
You bought like a bootleg Brutal Doom, like.
That's kind of why would somebody make bootleg Brutal Doom? It's already free. Oh,
Wait, it's free?
look at this! Look at
Yeah.
this! Look at this!
Oh,
I bought it at like the yard sale.
Look at this cracked version of Brutal Doom I got off the Pirates
Oh.
Bay.
it said,
so
do not
recently,
open.
I was at a garage sale and I bought a version on a floppy drive of a Brutal Doom, and I put it into my computer. I thought everything was normal at first, but then all of the demons started screaming blood. But I thought that must have just been a new addition to the game. But as I went along, Doom Guy, he started looking at me, not just out of the screen, but specifically at me, and he said, "Eamon, you are going to die on the 21st of March, 2052." And I said, "Wow, that's pretty funny, game." And I turned it off, and then it killed me.
Instantly.
Scary.
Yeah, so it was wrong. I mean, like,
That reminds me, in my edgy teens podcast days, I stole a bit from the Sleepy Cast, where they just kind of like improved a creepypasta, and I think we should do that.
this is fun. Yeah.
You know, I feel like we need more improv bits. You know, because I feel like that's what we do best. So
Okay, improv.
each of us are gonna
I'm
go
a
around it.
bicycle, and you're the cat who wants to buy the bicycle, and Ian, you can be the current bicycle owner.
Okay.
Let's go. Ring ring, I'm a bicycle. Hello.
Hey, shut up, okay?
Meow.
Oh, look out. We got a little kitty. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
I wanna buy the bicycle. Here's $25.
Listen.
Yes,
Listen.
please.
Yeah, listen, you might want to buy my bicycle, but before you do, you're going to have to pass riddles. You're going to have to answer my 3 riddles.
It's true. I'm
Okay.
a very high quality.
The answer to the
Yeah.
first riddle is 3. The answer to the second riddle is Arizona iced tea, and the answer to the third riddle is your father. So.
What? Dude, wait, guys.
And the answer to the secret fourth riddle is a stamp, because it travels around the world and stays in the corner.
Dude, did you read the book before you came in?
Yeah.
Did you read the module, dude?
Yeah.
Why?
What the hell? Come on.
Why would you
Come on. You ruin it for everyone else.
like?
This kid went to Barnes and Noble beforehand and bought his own copy so that he could solve the riddles. What a piece of shit. I'm
So when I
furious.
said we were gonna do an improv, I meant like a creepypasta improv.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I meant like, okay, so let's go around the table. So each of us say like a little sentence or a little bit of the creepypasta, and then we pass it on to the next person. So
Okay.
I'll go first, and then Ian, and then and then Eamon.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we go in reverse alphabetical order.
Good.
Wow.
All right, so
Oh, Pete.
Let me start this out. Let me get my creepypasta voice on. Chili dogs. All right. It was a bright and sunny day. I was walking along my regular paper route on my bike. I was riding my bike on my regular paper route when I stopped at a yard sale that looked very nice. I had a hot amount of coins in my
This is a really
hot amount of
long
coins,
tangent.
large amount of coins in my pocket, so I decided to stop.
Your turn, Ian.
Okay. I looked down at one of my coins and I picked it up. And it said, garage sale, May 25th. Mr. Oakley's big sale at 25 Oak Street. Please come.
What?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I took out the coin and brought it up to Mr. Oakley himself, and I said, "Hey, I heard there was a sale because it says so on this coin." So I gave it to him, and he said, "Okay, I have several options for you." And he had a rack on it. There was a bunch of shirts, but next to the shirts was a video game hidden underneath the shirts.
I picked up the video game, and I looked at the cover. The sticker had been ripped off, but on it in black Sharpie marker, what had been written was Kirby Air Ride 2 on the N64 cartridge.
Oh my god.
I thought to myself, how could this be real? Kirby Air Ride 2 was never released, and Kirby Air Ride 1 was on the GameCube, so why would they make an N64 game out of it? Ian.
Okay. I picked it up and I brought it home. I just kind of took it, and then I went home, and then I tried to find an N64, and it turns out my grandma had one. So I went to the basement. I got out a controller. I got out my memory pack. I stuck it in that controller. I flicked it on, and what I saw chilled me to the bone. Okay, we go.
I opened up the screen and Kirby Air Ride logo came up. And as I pressed the A button, briefly, a small face of a young gentleman appeared on the screen.
Oh.
As I saw the Kirby select screen, in front of it walked in the unmistakable face of an iconic television mascot. He says, "Merd, what are we doing?" My heart and blood immediately ran cold. To realize that Homer Simpson was in my copy of Kirby Air Ride. Okay, your turn, Mackie.
I thought, wow, this sure is a wacky hack. Man, who thought it'd be a good idea to remake Kirby Air Ride for the N64 and add The Simpsons as playable characters?
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
Anyways, I clicked on the wanting to save the city trial mode for when I had gotten the hang of the controls. I loaded up a regular race match single player and turned all the NPCs handicap down to 0 and got ready for a great ride. I picked the glide car in the indoor map. I don't fucking know. I'm like stalling too much. And the industrial map. There we go. I'm like trying to think of like actual things in Kirby Air Ride.
Okay. So,
Yeah, it's your turn, Ian.
Okay, I was racing around the city in City Trial, and I went up the volcano when all of a sudden a flash of yellow whizzed past me.
Ian.
I was so surprised. What?
Ian.
What?
He didn't load up City Trial.
You said he loaded up City Trial. Listen, don't worry about it.
He said, I'm gonna save City
No one
Trial.
plays anything other than City Trial.
Okay, fuck you. Okay, I loaded up City Trial and did shit. Okay, now you go. Fuck you.
Alright, I was coming up the volcano in City Trial when all of a sudden a streak of yellow rushed past me, and I got so scared I almost fell out of my chair. And I heard And I said, oh, it must have just been an audio bug. And so I went on like the little like train station type beat on the like the rail type of thing. And I
Yeah.
went to like the airport type of thing. And I turned left, and all of the gas in my car ran out. I couldn't go forward. And standing there in front of me was a familiar face. Okay, Eamon.
He said, "You need to help me, Eamon." Homer the Simpson. Marge and I are stuck in Kirby Air Ride. That old man, he trapped us forever in Kirby Air Ride. And then Marge said, "Homer," and then yeah, that's it. Exactly.
I looked at them, startled. Who would trap the Simpsons in Kirby Air Ride? How could you be so cruel to America's favorite family? I wanted to say, I'll help you, into my N64 microphone that came packaged with Hey You Pikachu. But when I said it, nothing happened. The Simpsons just stared at me. And then all of a sudden, Homer's eyes started bleeding. And he shrieked, but all that came out was static. I thought to myself, wow, this is really bad. And I tried to unplug the console, but the TV stayed on. Ian.
Okay. And then I heard the voice again. Homie! and Homer Simpson, he slowly turned around, and I saw the face of Marge the Simp on the back of his head, and she was calling out to Homer Simpson with panic and pain in her voice. And all of a sudden, I had control of my glider jet, and Homer Simpson was using the fucking car from Kirby Air Ride where you have to charge it up before you go. And I saw him inflating his big balloon ball, and so I just hightailed it out of there. Okay, go ahead.
He goes, "You must escape the video game, or else we'll be trapped in here forever." And then Marge went, "Homer, you must kill him." Because what I realized now is that Marge actually represented Homer Simpson's darker self. Your turn, Mackie.
I tried to run away from Homer. I swerved left and right, and then into an alleyway between two of the buildings. But then I thought to myself, there's no alleyways. The buildings are all in a grid system, so where am I going? The alleyway got darker and darker, and slowly I could see dead animals lining the sides of the alleyway. I eventually thought I saw a wall in the distance. As the alleyway had gotten very dark and very foggy, I could hear Homer in the background yelling, "Amen." But I just kept going. I didn't know what I was going to do once I hit the wall. But when I got to the wall, it was just a giant Kirby face with his mouth wide open and sucking. And I flew in, unable to control my glider. I flew in, flying off of my glider, into his maw. Gaping maw. Go, Ian.
Okay. I fell down Kirby's throat and into his warm, cavernous stomach.
What you gotta say it like that, man?
Keep going.
I could feel myself slowly being dissolved by his stomach acids. Kirby's stomach started rumbling. He said, that's a good meal." All of a sudden, I heard the Homer Simpson's car pull up to the big Kirby. And he said, "Whoa! Oh!" He did the Homer shake. Then,
Do the Homer shake.
and Kirby said, "I'm sorry, but your friend has been absorbed into my big old belly, and you're not getting him back." All right, Eamon, go.
I shout out to Homer. Homer, I'm not truly in his stomach forever. I'm still alive. Because little does Kirby the Kirby know, I actually stocked up on extra lives in Kirby's Air Ride 2 before.
Yeah.
As an expert of the game, I know all the hidden secrets. I leap out of Kirby's mouth and then bring out my iconic gun.
There's a gun. It's a firework cannon.
and I kill Kirby. Your turn, Mackie.
Using my jump and float abilities to get out of the mouth, I killed Kirby with my firework gun.
Yeah, I already said that.
Okay. Homer Simpson was standing right there. But he was walking backwards, and Marge's face was facing towards me. She touched my character on the head, and the game staticked out. All I could see was Kirby, but it looked like he had eaten Marge Simpson and absorbed her powers. The face slowly started to dissolve out of the static, and it was screaming at me. Screaming, "Homie!" I looked down at my hands. But they weren't hands. They were little pink balls. And I looked down at my stomach, and it was my mouth. And I looked down at my feet, and they were red balls. But then I looked up, and I realized I had the Homer Simpson hair. I had become Homer Simpson Kirby. My mom walked into the room and screamed, "Ah, monster!" and shot me with her Glock in the head and pumped me full of lead.
Okay, let me pick up from here.
Yeah.
Okay. The shots had no effect on my rubbery carapace. It bounced off me and into the nearest wall. She kept firing with her Glock, but I just kept bouncing off my skin. I slowly walked towards her, and I sucked her into my stomach, and then I felt her kicking around in my stomach.
Why is it always gotta be like...
And I felt her dissolve in my stomach, and I crushed her with my ribs, and then all right, go, Eamon. What do you say about that? Where do you go from there?
I then say, "You gross."
And that's the story of the Christmas Cretin.
That's the story of Christmas Crank.
That's the story of Christmas with the Cranks. Happy Halloween.
That's a good story.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Halloween.
We're
Okay, wait, is that the whole thing?
No.
we've been recording for half an hour.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so that was a good improv session.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good
So I
one.
guess what do we have to talk about now? I guess I didn't talk about
Okay.
what horror games I like. So
Yeah.
let's go check them out. Let's open up my Steam library and look
Alright.
at what horror games I have.
I gotta talk about actual horror games that I like. A System Shock. I like the System Shock.
Yeah.
What's spooky about the System Shock games, Eamon?
They're pretty typical sci-fi horror. You're on a spaceship. Evil AI is gonna get you. The character designs are all spooky. They do a good job of establishing your environment and lore via audio logs as well as just environmental clues.
All right.
Yeah.
Good games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
got the villain Shodan. She's scary. She's got a good voice. Good scary voice.
Let's go through all the horror games in my Steam library, and I'm gonna review them out of 10.
Ian, put in a clip of Shodan, but have it say Mackie is actually a big idiot. I don't think we have the technology to do that yet.
I'm gonna put a clip of Shodan, and she's gonna say, "I am Shodan," and then she's gonna smoke a cigarette.
All right. So first horror
put that
game
in.
I have in my Steam library. It's arguable whether or not this is a horror game, but I got BioShock.
No, that's kind of scary.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I get scared by all types.
I've
It's
played
real
it. I've
atmospheric.
played it for an hour.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Just for you guys who don't know, System Shock is the prequel to BioShock, kind of. They're not set in the same universe at all. But
Think about it.
the guys who made System Shock also made BioShock.
They're both
kinda.
shock games.
I get really scared
Alright.
by like any type of game with like atmosphere in it. Like I get scared by like Half-Life. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is a scary game.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Next-
what happened with Doom.
next-
There's too much
next
atmosphere
horror
to
game.
be-
Now this one's really not that much of a horror game because you're just kind of fighting homeless people and they're not that scary. But Condemned Criminal Origins, real spooky. I played it for 2 hours on a stream
Yeah, it's
last
the only
Halloween.
game you
So
talk about.
I haven't played it for I haven't played it for a whole year. Um, and it's really good. You just kind of, I really like the environment of like just abandoned like underground tunnels in New York, where it's just like nobody goes to those buildings anymore, so homeless people just live there and kill.
You sit there and Millie Rock all day.
Yeah. Next horror game we got Dead Effect 2. Not actually a horror game, so we're not gonna review it. We got
No, that's very scary.
Oh, we get Garage Band Trip, which I already talked about in the last podcast. We got Lone Survivor Director's Cut, which I have played for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you made a video about
I
it.
made a video about it. We got Resident Evil 4. I played it for an hour. I don't care about it. Fuck this. I don't actually have any good horror games in here. I'm just gonna talk about Yume Nikki because that's my favorite horror game. Yume Nikki is like the best game to play when you're feeling kind of lonely and it's like 2 a.m. Because it is literally there is nothing to the game other than like pure like lonely surrealism. It is just walking around looking at things like alone in dark dreamlike environment. Okay, so do you guys know what like Yume Nikki is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it the game where you're like on the tower and you're a little girl?
Yeah.
That's your apartment building. That's your apartment building.
So I'm
and
getting
like,
yes.
And you play as like a hikikomori or like a NEET who just doesn't leave their house.
Uh-huh.
And you just kind of like go into your own dreams, and they're all just surreal. And you just kind of walk around, and if you walk around enough, you'll find something interesting to look at. And that's really it. You just
like 2,000 fan games.
And they all stink, probably. All I'm saying is that like it's really slow. Like, you're not gonna have fun playing it at first, but like eventually you're just gonna like if you stick with it, and it's the kind of thing that seems like your kind of thing. I don't think either of you would like. Maybe Ian would like it a little bit, but like I don't know if you'd like it, Eamon.
Yeah.
Because
I think I'd be into it.
I think Ego Raptor would definitely despise this game, you know, because it's not like Mega Man.
Yeah, that's the only good game ever made.
Mega Man X is the only good game. Okay,
Sure.
But it's very slow. But if you're into that kind of game, eventually you just kind of get entranced by it.
Yeah.
And that's my review, 10 out of 10.
Cool. I'll buy this game because it will hypnotize you and keep killing your grandma.
It is a free game, Eamon. Okay.
Wow, that makes it very convincing. I'm gonna buy it right now.
You want to hear about a good RPG Maker game?
Oh yeah, tell me all about this, Ian.
It's this game. It's called Space Funeral.
Oh, I never heard of that one. Tell me all about it.
Oh, I have heard about that one. It's got a good battle theme, from what I've heard.
Yeah,
that's the word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street. It's the fifth most popular battle theme of all time.
Not the fifth most popular, the fifth best.
Best of all time. Yeah, it's a nice game. I like the art style because it's made by an idiot who doesn't know how to like draw. Well, I mean he's good at like making bad drawings, you know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the art right now, and I think it's like me art. I'm gonna be honest here, where they just kind of try and draw the most grotesque thing imaginable.
It's visually appealing.
Bad art.
Yeah.
Like Mark Gonzalez or something.
It's the part where you go to Dracula's house and you're like, hey, Dracula, do you smoke weed? Yeah, I smoke weed. It's real. I'm not like joking. It's real.
I'm actually gonna play it now because it seems good.
Yeah, it is.
It seems up my alley.
Your game.
It's
like an hour long too.
Did you guys know that Tony Hawk smokes weed? I learned that recently.
What?
Tony Hawk
doesn't smoke weed.
Tony Hawk smokes. He doesn't like smoke like he doesn't toke on the regular, but he'll hit the blunt every so often.
dude.
You know, when he's in the van with the rest of the homies, Tony Hawk will toke, okay?
Dude, faith in humanity. Man, if Tony Hawk is smoking weed, I trust. You know?
And like Tony Hawk is like when grown-ups are trying to like be like, "Hey, Tony Hawk wears his elbow pads, so should you." Little do they know that Tony Hawk A doesn't wear elbow pads and B tokes. You know?
I toke and I smoke.
You also got killed by me yesterday.
Tony Hawk killed by Eamon. True
That-
news.
the new headline.
All right, Ian, edit in like news sound effects here. All right, okay. Like beep 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 beep. You know that, like edit that in right now. Okay.
Okay, I'll add in the Kim Possible ringtone.
All right. Breaking news. Tony Hawk has been murdered. Somebody broke into his California mansion with a gat and filled his head full of lead. You know, they clapped him with that Mac 11. And we actually have the murderer right here. The police are coming soon, but we have the murderer right here for an interview. Hello. What is your name, sir?
My name's Ian.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, Ian. So can you tell us like what possessed you to kill Tony Hawk?
Well, you know, I was just thinking about how much he smokes on blunts to get stoned, and he doesn't wear elbow pads. So I just couldn't handle it anymore, and I blew his brains out. Also, you might want to check out my SoundCloud.
Guys, it's not me. Guys, wait, I'm over here, guys.
It's called "Get This Kid Out of Here."
Okay, so what were some of the struggles that came with killing Tony Hawk?
It wasn't very hard. I mean, he wasn't a very powerful opponent.
How many bullets did it take to kill this man?
I didn't even need a bullet. I just gave him like one jab to the throat. I put him in bullet holes just to make him like look like he put up a struggle.
Oh, so you want to honor your opponent's death, you know?
Yeah, no.
Good man. So do you know what his family's opinion of the fact that you have murdered Tony Hawk is? What does Riley Hawk think? You know?
He said he didn't like it.
He didn't like it?
Yeah, he respected the decision, but he disagreed.
He respects the decision, but he disagreed. Okay. Thank you very much.
Anyway, check out my SoundCloud is Little Fib. Come and arrest me.
Next up on the news, the murderer of Tony Hawk seems to have tied a kid up and thrown him in the closet. Let's do an interview with this boy. Hello, good sir. What is going on, my homie?
Hey, it's me, Tony Hawk.
You're alive?
Yeah.
You're Tony. I thought you were murdered.
Listen, that was an imposter. Listen, you ever hear of MF Doom?
Yeah, I listen.
MF Doom?
I like Food a lot. That's a good album.
Okay, listen, I don't care. Listen, hey, shut. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not important. Okay, listen. The thing is, every time does a concert, he sends like a lookalike imposter to like go like do shit, and everyone like knows instantly. So I learned from his mistakes, and I created a clone of myself to skate and rap, and so I put him in my house because I knew he was coming, you know, like he thought I didn't, but I knew, and so you know he was a weak clone. He was in his infancy.
So Tony Hawk, we heard that recently you turned 50, and to celebrate, you did 50 tricks. That you invented. What's your favorite trick that you've invented?
Well, I think you might have.
Hey gamers, this is me.
Get out of here.
Wait a minute.
Get out of here.
Hold on.
Oh, you're the okay. Hold on. All right, get this kid. I'm about to call.
I killed you.
I'm gonna call my private army.
Hello, my name is
Tony Hawk's private army.
I am Tony Hawk's private army. I have a bigger gun than you do, so put down the gun.
Need a gun. I'll punch you right now.
Nope. Ow. Ooh, he's punched me in my pressure point.
Army.
Time to use my final blast. Hiya!
Tony Hawk, how do you feel that your entire army has just been obliterated in 2 blows?
Well, I was gonna talk about my tricks.
You can talk about your tricks if you want. You know.
I don't need to interrupt.
Okay, so I did 50 tricks, and the cool thing is it's all a 50. So the first one is called the 50-50 turn. and I turn 50% one way and 50% the other way. And the next one is called the 50% kickflip, where I do half of a kickflip, and then I stop.
So,
And the
so
third
that's
one is
just
called
you just do the kick.
and the third one is called 50 lines of cocaine. And I do 50 lines of coke.
And then die.
And then I died, so I couldn't do the other 47.
Anyway, so I'm gonna have to. I guess I should have guessed that was like a clone. 'Cause I knew you would be powerful.
honestly.
Yeah, that was a really bad clone, by the way. That doesn't look anything like Tony Hawk. That is literally that is Steven Spielberg. So that is just that clone was not a clone. That was just Steven Spielberg.
That's Steven. Yeah, you
Look,
killed the
Tony
filmmaker.
Hawk. How do you feel knowing that you have single-handedly caused the death of Steven Spielberg?
Well, it's single-handedly. I helped.
Yeah. I don't think it was single. I mean, I might have.
So
Not
I'm gonna take a
listen,
I'm gonna
alright,
take a
whatever.
step back while the police come. They're about 3 hours away. So I'm just
Anyway,
gonna let
I'm
you guys
gonna
finish
leave,
what you're
okay.
doing.
I'm just gonna let you guys
Okay.
know that I am Ian W. I was the one who committed this crime.
No.
Come to my house and arrest me. You can find me on my SoundCloud, Lil Fib. I did a collab with XV Fumes.
What
Hey,
if like Tony Hawk gets murdered like 5 years? Podcast.
you just cut out.
What if what if Tony Hawk dies? Like he gets like shot 5 years from now, and I'm like the main culprit because of this podcast.
Tony Hawk's death would actually like kind of hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
'Cause Tony
Yeah, I'm
Hawk-
gonna hit you pretty hard if he dies, because I'll know it was you.
Tony Hawk's
No.
You see, Tony Hawk is a very cool man.
Yeah. I agree.
I like him quite a bit. I'm very fond of his existence. So
Notorious rapper.
It's very strange that he's 50.
Tony Hawk, if you are listening to this right now,
He's not.
I would really appreciate it if you would not die. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Find a cure for immortality and give it to Mr. Hawk and then destroy it.
And then
And then
shoot-
he'll cease to be immortal, is what you just said.
Well, no. You give him the immortality pill.
No, you said a
Destroy
cure
all
for
the-
immortality. You can't take it back.
No, I said a cure for immortality. Give it to Tony Hawk.
Yeah, you said a cure for immortality. That means you're gonna make him mortal.
So
Yeah,
Lil Fib, I heard that while waiting for the police to find your house, you invented the cure to immortality. Is this
It's
true?
true.
Yeah.
It's
What
true.
yeah.
I filled the bullet full of juice, and if it hits you,
Oh,
you won't
look
be
at this
mortal.
kid.
What do you plan to do with this bullet?
Kill you.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that's enough of that improv.
Okay, that's good. I like how we did 3 improv. Okay, new
Oh, we're doing
challenger.
improv? I'm great at improv.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Oh, no.
This is the
Oh,
big
no.
white new host.
Oh no,
Wow.
the official e-girl of the podcast. 100% real e-girl.
You're doing a podcast
We
Yes,
are literally
yeah.
like 48 minutes into a podcast.
without me?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
not anymore.
not anymore.
Why did nobody tell me?
Because I don't
Oh.
know. We've been doing pretty good. We've had some pretty good improvs. It started out as the Halloween special, and then we just kind of devolved into like a 10
You
minute.
were doing the Halloween special without me.
Yeah.
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 I'm leaving.
Wait, no, don't leave. You can
Oh,
talk about your
I'll come back.
talk about your favorite horror movie.
Well, she's gone. She's
Oh,
not
she
coming
left?
back.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Alright.
So a special guest Nell.
Special
Yeah,
guest.
Can everyone
now.
just quick round of applause?
Yeah, we had 2 special guests today because we had Jordan on too.
Oh yeah, we also had
Sure,
Jordan on. Jordan, what's your favorite horror movie?
You literally
Who's that?
suck.
Nell's
All
back.
of
Oh,
you
Nell's
suck.
back. Nell's back. Okay, Nell, why
Are
don't
you
you tell us?
gonna be on for the rest of the podcast?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't here at the beginning because nobody told me.
Nell,
Okay,
Okay, well, now you've entered left and then entered. So just,
Nell,
like,
I
either
hope you
stay or
realize
leave.
that like you have missed literally a boring section of the podcast. Ian being really bad at creepypasta improv, and like and then like 10 minutes of us talking about how Tony Hawk tokes or something like that. So you have not
That's
missed.
like all things that I love.
Okay.
And you did it all without
You know
me,
what?
and
You know
I'm
what?
kind
You know
of-
telling me you love weed?
Okay, so I'm not like I'm actually kind of annoyed.
You know what? You know. Let's make up with it.
Genuinely a little bit hurt.
Look. The rest of the podcast, Nell, you can take the holds from me as the main dude.
It's not the Nell Lander
Let's talk.
podcast.
It's not the Nell.
Alright.
It's not the Nella the
Nell.
boy. The Nella's the boys podcast.
Okay.
Nell. It's. Okay, I take the mic back real quick. Nell,
Alright.
what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie. Well, my favorite horror movie. Well,
You
you
watch
can't
a lot of
just
horror
spring
movies.
this on me. Like I gotta like.
I can do whatever I want. In all honesty.
I don't know. Ian and I watched a good one.
What was it?
Ian, what was it? The room. It was
The Room?
The Room.
The Room? What was that about?
The Room.
Remember the one where they just kept fucking each other every other scene?
The room?
The
Like that movie. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I call that a horror
Kind
movie.
of scary.
Are you talking?
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about like the?
I'm talking about like Wiseau Room. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about
Yeah.
The Room. Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
because in my head I was like, The Room. Oh, they mean like The Ring. And then I was like, no, she means The Room.
Yeah, I mean The Room.
So what was scary about The Room?
I didn't like how they had their genitals together so often.
No, it's pretty weird. It's uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable movie to watch.
It is. I don't know. I can't think of an actual horror movie right now.
What's your favorite horror game?
My favorite horror game, well, that would have to be the Roblox version of Slenderman that made me punch my computer when I was like 11.
It's not gonna work. You can't punch the guy in the screen.
Thank you, Eamon. I know that now.
Well, good. It's hard to figure out.
I didn't like actually like full on punch it. Like, you know, I like kicked my desk up with my knee and my computer went like, wah! And then I spilled juice on it.
Oh.
It's punishment. How dare you scam me
Punishment for your
this way. You
sins.
got a can of juice and poured it all over your computer.
And that's the story, folks. Now I take another bite of my Swedish fish.
Oh. Alright, cool.
Okay, so
The
like,
world
do you have
largest-
anything horror related that you want to talk about now?
Well, I didn't know we were doing the podcast, so I didn't have any time to prepare.
Yeah,
Oh.
you
I
know,
mean,
but
we said we were doing the podcast earlier when you were in the call, and that we were just waiting for
Oh.
Eamon to come back.
I literally didn't hear that.
It's because you're stupid. I think the
Oh.
scariest part of this
Oh,
podcast
is
is
this
the
because
fact.
I'm an e-girl that you say that I'm stupid? Is
No,
that what this is?
no, it's because you're deaf and refuse to admit it. Nell does not have ears. She just has holes filled with flesh with ear organs underneath.
it's like Rob. You know what I
Look,
mean?
as somebody who has seen Nell
I
in
have
real
no
life
idea
once,
what-
I can confirm
the
that she is
robot?
deaf and does not have ears.
Nah. Not like Rob from Tails Gets Trolled.
No, she's kind of like
Oh my
Rob
God.
the robot from the NES.
I have something scary.
What?
I mean,
Okay.
like, the guy from my college who, like,
Oh, that's
Little
true.
creepy.
This guy's scary.
I don't think, did I tell
Scary.
you guys about that?
What?
Well, I remember you asked us to pray for you that one time.
Yeah, okay, so, I got out of class. I do dual enrollment at the community college near me, and I got out of class early, and my friend that usually drives me home, her class is like way longer than mine anyway, and I got out early, so I was waiting for my dad to come and get me, sitting by myself. And this guy, out of the corner of my eye, I see him walk by, and then literally like walk backwards, like not turn around, just like literally walk backwards, and make his way over to me. And then he just like introduced himself and like wasn't going away. And he's like, "Can I get your like Instagram or Snapchat?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 16," which at the time was the truth. And then he's like, "Oh, that's okay. We can still be friends." So then I gave him my Snapchat and he added me about like 20 times. And that's the story. And
That's
I'm
a
That's
good
the story of the Christmas greeting.
I'm scared that I'm gonna see him again. I won't know what to do.
He is the
All
Christmas
right.
greeting.
So I would like to say real quick that nothing we have talked about in this podcast has anything to do with Halloween.
Oh,
That is
Okay,
definitely
well-
Halloween. That's spooky.
Well, I tried to shift people towards Halloween topics, but everyone's like, "That's stupid."
What,
I'll
like
talk
what?
about Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Now, what are you going as? What are you going as this year?
I'm going as a strawberry
Good.
because I'm a strawberry blonde.
I'm going as Easy Pete from Fallout New Vegas.
I'm going as I'm gonna dress up as a jewel.
I'm gonna dress up as a jewel. I'm gonna be like a diamond.
Oh my
I'm
god,
dressed
if
up
you
as a-
dress
as
up
a
as a
Jewish.
jewel and then you go to a bar, people are gonna be like, "Can I hit that?" And it's gonna be like a fun pickup line.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
also that he's like 12.
I'm also like 17 and can't go to bars.
But hypothetically, if you
Think
did,
about it.
Look,
Literally the worst time.
I literally just
4 years
came in
older.
here to watch the next episode of Minecraft Cursed, and this is what I come to, a podcast that I was not
When-
informed of.
when you left
Yeah.
to go to expect to come back to Minecraft Curse, we like dived down into the bottom of the iceberg of YouTube videos.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you were watching some Winnie the Pooh stuff. That's Halloween related. I've never seen anything.
Look, Winnie the Winnie the Pooh fandom. It's a very interesting and important part of YouTube history. Okay,
It's true.
it's
It is
very
true.
it's very good. It's very wholesome.
Mhm.
They like to make videos where they just edit in Winnie the Pooh characters and Thomas the Tank Engine, to Transformers, the live
That's true.
action movie.
I want everyone to know that I've just had 700 calories of Swedish fish.
That's good.
That's a lot of
That's
calories.
700 calories.
Are you like? What are you? What's the point of this? What is the point of telling people this
it's
information?
Halloween. It's candy. It's Halloween.
Oh, okay. What's
Yeah.
your guys' favorite Halloween candy?
Reese's. No, wait. Payday. No, wait. Butterfingers. No. Yes. Reese's.
Yeah. I really like Milky Ways bars, but my like unpopular opinion about Halloween candy is I really like candy corn. I like
My
it.
boy.
Yes.
I don't care what
My
anyone
boy.
says. I
Yes.
love candy corn.
Candy
Yeah.
corn's okay.
Can I just say that milk duds are absolutely disgusting?
Yeah.
Milk duds are kind of gross, but you
They're
want to
so
know
Milk duds are like the strongest adhesive known.
Milk duds are like a dad candy.
Yeah, because they're like Whoppers.
Yeah, my dad
They're, like,
eats those all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, milk duds are like literally tooth glue. That's what they are.
Yeah. They just glue your mouth shut. My mouth was sewn shut with a million.
No, I
milk
thought your
duds.
favorite candy was gonna be Big Daddies, but okay.
Oh, I mean, sugar daddies.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sugar daddies.
I thought they were called Big. No, Big Daddies from Bioshock. I'm thinking about like the caramel pops.
Yeah, those are sugar
Yeah.
daddies.
Sugar Daddies. That's what I meant.
I like sugar daddies. I like sugar babies. I like sugar mamas. I mean, anything.
Like
One
all
of
sugars.
those is illegal, and I want you to realize that.
Sugar mamas?
No, sugar babies.
It's 2018, alright?
Sugar
sugar
babies.
mamas.
Sugar mamas are
No,
fine.
I'm the sugar baby.
You're the sugar baby.
The younger one that gets the money is the sugar baby.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not educated in these ways.
I'm not educated in like being a sugar baby
Yeah.
or like having a sugar daddy or mommy. You know.
Ah, I see.
I don't know if I'm interested in having one either. I don't know.
It's a stressful life.
I mean,
This is
I've
not
put the
scary
fucking
anymore.
dreidel
Let's talk about-
down.
Shin, put it in, baby.
You know what? Okay, let's bring it away from.
Let's talk about Resident Evil.
No.
Okay.
Resident
Let's talk
Evil
about
1,
Residents of Evil.
dude, that's a good game.
Residents of Evil is a FPS maker like attempt to make a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
But it just ended up being like
.io.
awful, and I might do a let's play of it someday.
Yeah, do it.
I will.
Do it right now.
All right. So you know what? We gotta bring this back into Halloween, and we're at 59 minutes,
Well,
so
I tried
we
to by
can.
bringing up Resident Evil, but then Residents of Evil happened.
I don't think any of us have
Okay.
like. Okay.
I've never played a Resident Evil game in my life.
I
No,
have.
neither have
I have, and I don't really have much to say about them that hasn't already been said.
All right. What were you gonna
But-
say, Matt?
Okay. We need to bring this back into Halloween, and what is more Halloween-y than serial killers?
Oh.
So we're gonna do a little role play.
Oh.
Okay, so and I'm gonna be the DM. I'm gonna be the dungeon master here.
Okay.
All right, so Nell might not get it because she doesn't play D&D like the rest of us, but you know.
I do actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Loser.
you played once.
All right, so, all right, you're all in your Wait, let me like come up with a scenario real quick. Okay.
All right, we'll
Okay.
give you a few minutes. Take your time.
Can I be sexy?
No,
Yeah.
I'm sexy.
All right.
No, I'm the sexy one.
All right. So
I'm
you're
the sexy girl that dies.
You're all at your sexy summer camp for sexy girls and boys, and
Okay.
you're all sharing a cabin.
Okay.
But nobody
this is sexy.
nobody else at the camp has come back to the cabin recently.
Oh, shit.
You all went back to like share sugar babies out of Nell's big sugar baby bag.
I'm just imagining like a massive, like full-sized infant, but it's made entirely of sugar.
Nobody's come back in a while. What do you guys do?
Let's go to bed.
I call the police.
Eamon calls the
let's-
police, but it's 1992 and none of you have cell phones.
Well, what about the phone in the camp?
There's
It's
no
on the
phone.
cabin,
There's
I
no
don't
phone in your
Wait,
cabin.
is there a window?
There is a window.
Can I open the window a little and like line it with sugar babies and see if I lure anyone back?
You line the
Okay.
window with sugar babies and nothing happens.
Shoot. Okay,
Okay,
I did my
I
best.
step out of the door. I step out of the door and I. Hello. Hello.
Dead silence.
Okay, I walk.
I stand.
I go with Ian and hold his arm.
Okay.
All right. So you.
I go into a room with no one else, and I turn my back to the door to the room.
Okay.
All right. Eamon goes into the broom closet of the cabin and faces the
Okay.
wall. And you two go outside to look around for people. Ian's yelling, "Hello, hello!" No one's responding.
Okay, so we should go to the camp office.
And I say we should go to the shower room.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna roll a D. I'm gonna roll a D. My gamer dice here. Okay? If it's a 1 through 10,
Spin
we
the
go to the
dreidel.
shower room. Okay, wait. I'll spin the dreidel. Okay, Shin and Noon is shower room. Gimel and Hai is fucking the other one. I forget what my choice was.
The office.
Yeah, the office. Okay, it's wait, it's gonna take a while. All right, it's coming down now. Okay, it's Gimel. Wait, which one was that?
Shoot.
All right, it's the shower room. It's the shower room. Go.
All right. So you two go to the showers, and
Okay.
you're standing outside the showers. Eamon is still. Eamon, do you do anything? Do you change anything, or do you just keep facing?
No, I walk out and I take over their post. For like just saying hello.
Eamon goes inside and says, "Hello." You two are standing in front of the showers. What do you guys do?
I
Okay,
want to see some hot shower action, so I knock on the
Yeah,
door.
I take off all my clothes and I put soap.
Not
Okay.
even inside yet.
I don't care.
Ian's standing outside, strips down, pulls a bar of soap out of his sweatshirt pocket, and rubs himself down
Okay.
with it, and gets all sudsy
Yeah.
and sticky.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
what do you, Eamon, what do you do now?
Uh,
Where do you
well,
go?
I go, gee whiz, I should probably go and look for them and walk directly into the woods.
All right, you're walking around in the woods. You're gonna be looking around for a while. You get a little lost. That's what happens. All right, so
It was a turn.
Ian and Nell, what do you guys do?
Well,
Okay,
I
I go
feel
in the
like
showers.
I want to look for some hot guys in the showers to bring back
Okay.
to our sugar baby camp. So.
Okay, so alright, so no, you'll go in the guy shower.
Okay.
Okay, so we do that.
Split up the labor.
All right. So Ian, fully naked, walks into the girl shower, and it's
I'm
entirely
covered head to toe in soap.
it's empty. Nell walks into the
Okay.
boys' shower, fully clothed, and
Okay, I look in the lockers for any
Wait,
babes.
what happens to me in there?
there's a finger on the ground.
Is it hot?
No,
Like, is
No,
it?
it was from a
Okay.
nail biter.
Oh.
man. Okay, alright.
I'm gonna look in the boys' locker as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking in the locker room for babes.
I want to look like in the lockers. Like, did someone leave a clue?
Yeah,
I thought this was like an 80s slasher movie, not like a mid 2000s like stoner comedy.
That's what I was going for, but these guys decided to be stoner comedy instead. You open all the lockers and you find like basic stuff, you know, deodorant.
Wait, but like, are there clothes in there? Like, I want to know if they left their clothes on.
There's one set of clothes in one of the lockers.
So someone's naked.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll put deodorant on.
Did I look like in the shower stalls?
Yeah, you looked in the shower stalls. That's where you found
Okay.
the finger. They're actually
I'm gonna-
they're communal showers, like a prison.
Yes.
All right,
All right,
so
then I'm gonna leave the shower room.
all right,
Okay.
so Ian, what do you do?
Okay, I put on deodorant and then I hear Nell's footsteps, and so I take a shower.
So
Take a shower.
Ian is showering in the girls' showers. All right, and
Okay.
while
wait.
walking around, you find the path to the arrow to the you find a path and a sign pointing towards the right, and it says archery range on it. What do you do?
I go, gee whiz, I hope I can find someone at the archery range. And I go there.
I really hope I don't get stabbed 23 times on the Ides of March.
All right, Eamon, you're walking along, and you find the archery range, and you look around.
Yes, I look around, I pick up a bow and arrow, and I shoot the killer.
You shoot the poster of Killer 7 that they have in the archery range.
I shoot the poster of Flanders Killer 7.
You look around. You find bows, arrows, you know,
I find Bozeman Science.
targets,
He's there.
and you find a finger. Ooh,
Ooh, another.
another finger.
Ooh, we're collecting.
Yeah, I
All
put
right.
it.
So each
I
of
go,
you,
wow, how did this get in here? And I put it in my pocket.
each of you have fingers in your inventory. All right, back to Nell and Ian.
I don't do it.
Ian, no, not you. Just Nell and
Okay.
Eamon. You're taking a shower. What do you do?
Okay, I like pause like midway, like I'm not done like getting all the soap and all the and like everything else off my body, but like the upper half of my body is still like completely soapy, but my lower half is like clean, like my legs, and so I go out and I say, all right, let's go, let's roll.
Are you wearing anything?
No,
No, what do you do?
I see Ian naked and scream and run as far as and fast
This,
as I
this was
can.
like your
I mean-
mission statement. This is what you
stripped
were
out.
like,
Yeah.
looking for.
He's stripped down
yeah,
in
yeah.
front of you.
I mean,
earlier.
I've been naked since.
Yeah, but
That's
I hadn't looked down yet.
Okay, you look down and you see a penis.
What the hell? That's scary.
What?
Those exist. Those are real. I thought they were just in my Japanese animes.
No, that's okay.
I thought they were just in my Batman comics.
And the newest issue of Batman Damned.
The only issue of Batman Damned.
All right. Can I like take Ian's hand and we go to the office now?
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Start walking towards the office,
Ian needs to put clothes on.
hand in hand.
No, he doesn't. Let him live.
Ian is still completely naked, but like the top half
Yeah.
of him is covered in soap.
He's doing like
Yeah.
the sexy jitsu from Naruto.
Yeah.
Why?
All right, so
It's
Eamon,
like, yeah.
um, you hear rustling in the woods, from where you came, on your way to the archery field. What do you do?
I pick up my bow and arrow, and I go, "Hey, is anybody here?" You see, I'm trying to play dumb. I'm gonna trick the killer, and then I'm gonna kill the killer.
Out of the woods comes the archery instructor.
I say,
He has a big ol' stab hole in his chest, and he's missing a finger. He comes out and he says, "Gah," and then falls down face first to the ground and dies.
"Oh,
Yeah, he's
I
like,
get it now. I get it.
"What?
I get it, Mackie.
Do you? Because I
I,
don't."
I understand it all. You might not understand, but I do. But okay, so
You've gotten it, Eamon. You
pull-
understand.
I pull out my bow and arrow, and I go, "I'm not afraid of you anymore." And I shoot him. I shoot him in the head. I shoot the killer in the head.
You shoot your bow into where you think the killer would be, but it turns out there's nothing there, and you just kind of shot an arrow into a tree.
I go, "Damn, like that new Kendrick." And then
No, Eamon. Also, you do get it. I thought
Yeah,
you were
I
talking
do.
about. I thought you were talking about the instructor going "Gah!"
No, not
like
that.
fucking Banjo Kazooie.
No, I understand the story.
All right.
What does he get?
Nothing.
It-
So continue. It's you guys'
All
turn.
right.
I'm gonna
It's
go
your
keep
guys' turn.
walking.
You make it to the office, safe and sound, and everything's really quiet still. You know,
Oh.
you haven't seen anybody,
Oh my goodness.
but
Oh my goodness, oh my damn.
you hear a rustling in the bush next to the office door. What do you do?
I
say
scream
hello?
and like jump onto Ian's back because that's what I
Can I
would
say
do.
hello? Well, she
No,
jumps.
wait. I have Ian's.
All right, I'm vetoing that as like a course of action.
All right. You
No.
From fear, you know?
out of fear, you know, definitely, yeah. You're not just a weird freak. Got it.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's okay. That's like a throwback to something that actually.
And I didn't know about it for like a while. I was walking around.
No, you weren't.
All right. Let's
You
just.
knew as soon as it happened. I told you because I fell over laughing, and I was like, "Oh my god, Ian!" I just. And you were like, "What?" And I was like, "You were like, ah."
Yeah, it was bad. I didn't like
I
it.
don't. This. You two have a very strange relationship.
I didn't mean to. It was really bad, and it was a long time ago.
Okay.
Alright, keep going.
You
Okay,
hear
I say hello.
Go on.
you hear a rustling in the bush. What do you do?
Cut that part out.
No, no, I will not.
Yeah, it's staying in. It's staying in. Okay, alright, I go up to the bush with Mel on my back.
It's
Hello?
canon now.
It's canon. Okay, I'm on Ian's back, and we're at the bushes.
Yeah.
And we say hello.
A frog hops out, and he's got a big
Okay.
finger in his mouth.
Okay, I take the finger for myself because I want one.
Oh, what?
Everyone else has one but me.
All right. Do you go
What's
inside
it?
the office?
Yeah.
You
Mel's still on my back also.
Yes.
you creak the office door open,
Okay.
Yes.
and there's you hear noises coming from two of the rooms
What kind of
at
noises?
the same time. One room sounds like,
Oh, they fucking.
and the other
Oh.
and the other and the other and the other room sounds like.
Oh, I want
Okay,
that one.
let's go.
All right. What do you
Alright,
do?
I say let's split up and
Yeah.
find the sources.
I'm going to the sexy one.
Okay. I'm
Alright.
going to the first one.
All right, so you both go into the rooms
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Ian,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in your room, you find a bunch of mice like knocking shit off the counters and just like, causing some ruckus.
Okay.
Elves?
But then
So
from
knock
but
it
then
off.
but then but then from Nell's room, you hear a blood curdling shriek.
Can I shriek?
You do shriek. Nell is dead. Nell is dead. You no longer have
Okay.
turns.
Did
All
you
right,
hear my
what-
little shriek?
What do you do?
I shrieked.
You're dead.
No, I'm talking to Ian. Ian, what do you do?
Okay. I keep making like the mice sounds.
Do you keep making the mice sounds?
Yeah. Do like. Wait. Are the mice still making the?
No, when they saw you, they all ran away.
Okay. Yeah. I keep making the mice sounds. I just knock shit over. I just start throwing filing cabinets down.
You don't even know that I'm dead.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I.
I mean, I think you guys would assume something's up by the fingers, but okay. All right, so you hear, you knock over a filing cabinet. It lands in front of the door, preventing it from being opened. But then you hear,
Nice.
you hear a at the door.
Oh, that's spooky.
Okay. I keep knocking things over.
You knock over some pots and pans, and they clang everywhere. Cling, clang, ching, clang, bang,
Okay.
and then you hear it again.
Okay.
What do you do?
I make like a mice noise. I mean, I make like a mice squeak.
Turns out it's a pull door.
Like a Elder Scrolls 2
Oh.
mice sound.
Because you need to be able to exit the door quick. It pushes from the inside, so you can get to the
Okay.
exit. So he pulls open the door, and you see
Okay.
a big, tall man in a black trench coat.
Oh,
Okay.
He's wielding two butcher's knives, but
oh.
where his head should be, there's a big ol' white spooky Guy Fawkes mask
Okay.
and a
Okay,
Wait, is
fedora.
my
I-
blood on him? Is my blood on his mask?
Your blood's on his his blood on his cleavers, but you don't know if it's Nell's.
Okay. Okay. I immediately say I don't.
You immediately say what?
I immediately say I don't like the 21st. I think it's bad.
You gotta say that one more time.
Okay. I say I don't like the 21st century. I think it's bad. I think the 21st century sucks.
I just died, and this is what you have to say.
Also, it's 1980.
He's making a joke about suburban nights and Nell.
I don't care. I just died, and he's making a joke about suburban nights. Ian,
Yeah,
thought you cared about me.
I do, but I'm trying to like keep. I have to like live on your name. Okay, so I do that.
He
Go on,
pulls
Ian.
up his he holds up his cleaver to swing at you as he jumps over slowly crawls over the filing cabinet that fell in front of the door. He's gonna hack.
Ew.
He's gonna hack your fingers off, Ian. But there's
Okay, all right. While he's crawling over, kick him in the face.
you kick him in the face, and he drops his
He's gonna get
cleaver.
cut.
His mask falls off, and he doesn't have a face. Just the number.
Okay, well, I mean, is it just like black?
No, it's the number 3.
Ah. Man, okay, I say. Okay, I keep kicking the face.
Eventually, you give him a concussion, and he falls over and dies.
Yeah, I did it.
He's dead.
Okay.
Finally gotten.
Why
Alright,
did I have
and
to
then
die?
And then I take the cleaver and then I like cut his head off just to make sure.
He's got fingers in his pockets, and when you cut off his head, it's just styrofoam.
Okay. So then who's the real killer?
I mean, he definitely was the real killer.
It's just
He's just made of styrofoam.
Okay. Okay. I go to the archery range because I know Aim's at the archery.
Nobody
And I
cares.
bring the head.
Okay.
and I
Okay.
bring the head and I say, Eamon, look.
You decide to go to the archery range to get weapons, and you just
I
so
yell-
happen to see Eamon yelling, "I'm not afraid of you anymore," and shooting an arrow into the distance as you see a corpse flopped on the ground.
Okay.
You,
I say, Eamon.
Eamon
Hey,
says,
buddy.
"Ah." Wait,
No,
no, wait,
I'm me.
you're you. I don't control Eamon. I forgot about that. Eamon.
Okay. I say, hey, buddy. How's it going, buddy?
I go, you're the big finger killer the whole time!
I say, no, you have it all wrong. Eamon, you have it all wrong.
And then I go, oh, wasn't you? Okay. And then the movie ends.
No, the movie's
Okay,
not
that's a-
over.
Oh,
'Cause you-
no.
You seem to have gotten
Okay.
my you got my reference, Eamon.
Yeah.
But what was the full password? I mean, the full username.
Oh, no.
What was it, Eamon?
No.
I'm,
What's
I'm so mad.
what's my Roblox username, Eamon?
Oh, no.
Oh. Big finger killer.
No.
6.
Big Finger Killer 8,
Killer
Eamon.
8!
Now it's 8.
All of
Are
a
there
sudden,
8 big finger killers?
2 more men come out of the woods, wielding cleavers, pockets full of fingers.
Oh, no.
I
Okay.
pull out my katana and I throw it into his brain.
They explode as the 2 other Big Finger Killers come out. Where then
I-
Freddy and Jason come out. I mean, the rest of the Big Finger Killers jump out of the woods because we've been doing this improv for like 30 minutes now. Then Freddy and Jason come out to fight with you, and both of them roll a natural 20 for strength, and they just punch the Finger Killers into the ground. Except for
Yeah.
one, who shoots Freddy and Jason in their fucking dome.
Good night.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like we've resolved that.
Yeah, that was a good resolution to.
I died.
Yeah, you died. That was,
I mean, no one ever,
you know,
no one ever
sometimes you
checked
gotta
if
take
you were.
sacrifices.
No one ever even found out that I died.
Yeah.
No one bothered to check if you were in the corpse.
That was
So
the
mad.
Halloween episode, boys and girls. Ian, if you want to edit this, you can, but you better fucking
Yeah.
have it done by like Tuesday.
I'm gonna have it done by Halloween. I mean, yeah, by
Oh,
Tuesday.
Ian, we should
What?
do a little animation for our little story we just did. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's draw
We made a bunch of stories.
let's draw the little pictures.
Okay.
I guess we can do a Microsoft Paint thing to like the improv
Yes.
at the end.
Yeah. All right. How about we each do one story because we.
Okay.
So,
I,
I'll
wants to do
I'll
what?
do the one that I was part of because I wasn't told that we were doing a podcast.
okay.
I'll do the Tony
Okay.
Hawk one, I guess.
Okay.
Man, I'm just stuck with the creepypasta one, man.
Or the bike one.
I'll do the bike one.
Okay, I'll do the creepy pasta.
All right, that's it, boys.
Okay, cool.
Good night.
All right, now send me that link. All right, see you.
Bye. Happy
Bye,
Halloween.
Bye bye. Happy Halloween. Hope you get a lot of candy.
Scary
Hope you trick or treat.
skeletons.
Hope you die on the
Shivers
streets.
down your
Hope you
spine.
get shot. I hope you get
Skulls will
stabbed. I
shock
hope you
your
get
soul.
mad and then you get stabbed.
Goodbye.
Oh my god.